off stream, KBU never had a moment in Game 2 where they broke the back of Stratyk. So they usually have a play which completely takes the will from you to fight back and force you to go for the Hail Mary 5-man smoke, or just sit up turtle when the opponent's about to push and force a fight when you definitely have no ace up your sleeve. That never happened from KBU against Stratyk. So with that, they've built up some momentum. They've got a good feeling about this series now, and winning a team that's already been in this division before. Stratyk has a pretty reasonable chance here. Not just morale-wise, draft-wise, but also gameplay-wise. They have everything in check. This is a really 50-50 game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that assessment right there. And
That's a huge strength to have as well, because you've not really lost anything. You lost the first map of the series, but that's already history at this point. You're already putting all that behind and set your face forward. There's not this, oh man, this one guy was super annoying that game. That never happened. So let's see what Stratyk can come up with. Taking a very casual opening here.
Begins.
Thinking about going for the bounty. Rune Raza able to take it. Got the good old blast off to connect. A bit of early damage on the Tiny and the Oracle. Got the root though. Oracle at least is able to do a bit of poking here, but with this new upgraded right-click damage on techies, he's no longer the plus 30 damage right clicks. Now actually right clicks like a proper hero.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in a lane versus a techies, you can't really do the thing where as a support you trade with the other support, because you're not going to get in range with him. So still Borko is going to have to be close to his Tiny, empower his Tiny to do the trading here in the lane, and see if he can stick to the opposite tree line from the techies.
Dana's going to be in a bit of trouble, though, because a lot of damage is connecting onto this techies. And down to 60, now 30 HP. Pops the salve. Realm is chasing him at the tree line. Gets the salve broken. Steel Barco does have the fortunes and ready. That will be first blood. Steel Barco is going to be hitting this one. And Realm, massive creep wave. But not really going to hinder him too much. It's a good start for KBU. Instantly kind of taken away that techies potential. Getting first blood, and it's also going on to your carry. Tiny loves a good start.
He does, yes. Like, the amount of extra damage that you get from every single item when you're cleaving with that tree is pretty huge. And the techies, of course, pretty level-hungry support. Also, worth noting that previous techies might have denied himself in the trees there with the blast off. Can't do that anymore. Self-damage is now no longer lethal.
Ooh, Adrian's got to be careful too. Spear connects as well. Very low on HP. But again, it's kind of like trying to get that concussive shot to connect when you have a Ross standing in between. The last right click does come through from the Mars. Even if they don't get the slow from the Skywrath Mage, Mars will chase all the way through to get that kill. Taking it to KBU.
Short range of the Omni Knight.
Yeah. Both side lanes doing pretty well for KBU to start things off with. Stratyk's not looking too hot. Only 5 CS on this TA. Missing out on a couple as well with that chase from Mars.
And the fact that both of these side laners can stay in their lane for a little bit without immediately dying is extremely important, because we are going to see rotations onto mid to secure the first important power runes to maybe come in for a kill on level 6 as well. Both of these mid laners would love to kill their opponent and immediately take the tower, or at least deal some proper damage.
Yeah, this is a very support-heavy game again, where we haven't seen too much like stacking in Game 2 towards the mid lane, except for Game 1, where we saw a lot of fighting into mid. We saw these 4-man smoke attempts, especially from KBU, where they really wanted to punish the enemy mid laner, while Adrian goes down again in 3 minutes. He's already died twice. But this TA definitely off to a very difficult start in this safe lane, and Mars even if he dies in this one, this is slowing down Stratyk by a mile.
It is, yeah. So that TA is having so much trouble with the long range of the Skywrath Mage. They can't really rely on refraction to keep you alive if that chicken is just going to be there to poke away at you.
Yeah. In an ideal world, you would probably just have your support feed, but the TA stays alive. And now it's just going the other way around. Now your carry is basically just giving away kills for the opponent.
So Omni-Knight, what's he gonna do? Toss his hammer at people?
Yeah. Point. He's not even a guy who just basically, you know, stands there and looks good. Dazzles everybody with his inner beauty or something. I don't know, some kind of random bullshit, because this guy is just getting killed right away. KDU just doesn't give a damn. Oh, damn.
I kinda dig the Obi-Wan look.
Well, we're in many worlds. At least this, I'm not too convinced on this Omni-Knight at the moment, but it's mainly because the TA is just not a great laner with his, or with her early levels. So this is a, I want to say, disastrous lane for Stratyk. It can still turn for the good or for the better. Obviously not the start we're looking for, but it's not terrible. Like, it's bad, but it's not terrible.
With the TA, you're never really looking for, like, a good lane is fine, right? But in the end, we've seen TAs go into the jungle on level 3 if it's necessary and still hit proper timings, just because this hero is insane at farming the jungle, so she can leave whenever she wants to. Right now, though, she would just be giving up too much to Sunlight here. Here comes the rotation into mid. A little bit late from the Warden.
Alien Mana Banana is pretty low on mana right now. Doesn't see the Warden either, so if he does get into an angle for the concussive shot, she is going to be connecting now. The Crepify is also there for Pugna, which he could pop on the Lesh. They just can't close in the gap. Pugna's 375 movement speed's too hard to deal with, and they will finally find some success in this bottom lane. Vayne and Kartenko able to take down Steel Barco and also punish Realm a bit with some extra damage. Stratyk is getting a very much needed recovery kill out of this bottom lane. Warden also takes away the haste stream from Raza. Very much needed kill for Stratyk in bottom.
And a bit of a win on the mid lane as well, where the Lesh does not get the push with the catapult.
Yeah.
The partner does.
And as soon as we get to talking about good things, there's still some bad news. Death number 3 for TA, 17 last hits, level 4. I think there's no more business in the safe lane for the TA. So let's see if TA decides to waddle straight into the jungle, or does she teleport back to... Nope, she's coming back.
Into a level 6 Sunlight who now has an arena. That's worrisome. She's only level 4.
Mars isn't no threat anymore, so it's more about if a support rotates, Mars can find a kill, but in Adrian's eyes, it's like that's the thing I have to worry about. For the Mars, he's unfazed about anything that's ahead of him right now. Like, even if this Omni-Knight walks to him, like we already talked about this 4 minutes ago. What is he gonna do?
Well,
Does the hammer appear at me?
He won't be unfazed for much longer on this Mars, by the way, because he is flying in the phase boots right now as well.
Okay, alright.
So, will very much now be phased. Very good armor here in the lane versus the TA, by the way.
It is. And TA is now finally rotated to the jungle, so Adrian's going to start picking up. At least there's a double bounty to be picked up, so some money will be brought, at least in the form of those. Technically just hit level 6. Damage on Steel Barco. Good rotation from the Warden, though, making it a lot difficult to take this kill onto the Tiny, and even Steel Barco just stays alive for long enough to make sure that they're getting this one, and that is at the end of Thena. Smoke even spent to dodge this one. I Annihilate, walking away with 150 HP. He's got his 1 charges, and the Omni-Knight is going to bite the dust on this one. Right-click away. Here comes the Sunlight Mars for another one. And Stratyk, it's just not looking hot for them in the early game. It's very much falling apart, not only in just the silent, but now also the mid lane getting punished too. KDU is on a very good roll.
They are, and this feels much the same like the previous two maps, where every engagement from Stratyk just gets punished.
To do a bit of damage here, but the techies lives, so does Kurtenkele on the Sand King. At least he's tanky enough to survive that engagement. They're able to take an Oracle kill. That's really not too big in this case. You kill an Oracle there with a huge rotation. You pay with a lot of HP. At least Adrian's, thanks for the quick breather, but I'm gonna need like 7 more of these guys. Like keep them coming.
Keep them coming, exactly. And this mid lane is going to stay a point of contention because, as you said during the draft, we have 2 mid laners here who very much want to take that one and can take that one. This lane is so short. Not killing one creep wave means the death of your tower, so that is why the Sand King is now parked here as well. Alien Mana Banana will be the one to do the honors for the tower trade instead. And he'll do that much faster than Sunlight, which is why the defense is rolling in from KBU right now.
And that's a straight up solo kill as well by the Lesh.
That's a problem, because if you bring in your TA, she just dies.
Hogna is also going to look to dote down as well. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Yes. Looks like a very difficult start from Stratyk, and it just isn't getting any easier. At least they're going to get the kill onto the Skywrath, but it does come at Thanos' life. The Oracle still survives, and here comes Kurtenkele. If he gets close enough, he could go for a quick cheeky stun on the Oracle. Oracle also knows to bait a little bit here. Just stay just close enough. Maybe you can bait the Sand King to come in, then Realm's going to dish out the damage. Pogna TPing back bottom. So they're also recognizing that we need to take this tower out of the way. Pressurize Realm. Realm who walks in onto the Omni Knight. He's very low on HP after that engagement. Oracle is going to go down to the Pugna, so that's a very good kill for Alien Mana Banana. And that opens up the tower. With the catapult, they should be able to take this one.
And they need that tower now, because that means that Annihilate has finally won the tug of war in mid. Taking down the mid tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Pugna only dealt 600 damage as well to that mid tower of Leshrac, so it's a bit underwhelming. But also recognizing that this Lesh is really hard to fight against in mid, and also that tower was... I think you kind of saw that it's going to fall anyway, so we'll leave it for later.
Yeah, like, you need to bring 2 cores to that bottom tower in order to finally force the Oracle off of it, get the kills there, and you're not going to bring Templar Assassin after how bad of a laning start yet. You can't risk her getting killed there, so you take your middle tower defender off, and you say, okay, fine, I guess we're trading here. Whatever.
Stratyk stacking up with 5 heroes now around this mid area. Potentially looking to maybe push that tier 1 tower in mid, but they're actually going to smoke up as 4.
They watched several TPs come into the top tower with that ward.
Looking to go at least onto the Tiny. That is a blink reveal. Tiny lives just a perfect time there from Oracle to land the false promise. Keeping the Tiny alive, and Mars is going to keep the Omni Knight busy inside the arena. There's the Mystic Flare. They're going to find one. He sent their beautiful Kurtenkele! Oh my god, that has to be the biggest play we've seen today. He's been on absolute fire with his Timber Saw. But oh my damn, a 4-man, and now a team wipe as well as Alien Mana Banana is able to take the triple kill, but that's a 4-man Epi Pearl Strike. What a beauty.
Gorgeous. That is the Blink Dagger reveal of your dreams.
He got one good jump in, had to walk out, wait for the Blink Dagger to come back off cooldown for an even better one. Both in the course of the same fight. Now he's gonna die, but...
with a smile on his face.
Did a good job. Leading in net worth. TA's in front. Like, how does TA with 3 deaths recover this well back into the game that she's on top of net worth again? Yeah, this was like...
Yeah,
like you said, we've seen level 3 TAs go into jungle, and this is the result. And
now KBU needs to take the initiative back. They also have a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, that's what was going on with the another blink reveal, but this smoke
Radiant are
is being
scanning.
detected by proximity mines. So Sunlight's going to be a bit disappointed with this one, but
Nice.
finds Adrian. We have a bit more damage to follow up. Realm comes in, they got the Mystic Flare nicely on Adrian and Theta. Kingdom Mars alive, Stratyk coming in from the side. Nice Burrow Strike on 2, heavy damage kicking in, but he doesn't have a Sandstorm. Sandstorm basically broke. I think he Sandstorm before he blinked in. He couldn't get the initial
Added train
damage to
keeps on
follow up on
rolling.
that, but the Mars has fallen. Realm in the trees, particularly blinks right next to him, and Realm's gonna be there. Burrow Strike to come out, they're gonna kill Raza, and here comes the False Promise. Realm's gonna be living for a bit longer. Sand King, Epicenter, tries to get some damage out, but it's not gonna be killing the Oracle. Particularly down, Realm lives out of this one, and KBU gets the better one of this fight.
Stratyk, though, really pushing those 2 blink daggers they have, the other one on the Pugna as well, to the limit. These 2
Reminds me of a
melee
song.
cores, yeah, both the Mars as well as the Tiny are having a ton of trouble with the Pugna and as well as the Sand King. It's really just the Lesh who has to come in and mop everybody up at the end there, because the other 2 don't really get to play.
Double damage.
First 15 minutes of play, we're at a stalemate. Stratyk, Deso ready. Action runes
Strike's
not
in
gonna
the
be
river.
there. They're gonna walk straight onto the TA. Spear comes out. Guardian Angel popped as well. The arena will keep Raza and Adrian inside. Magma healing from the back. Maybe you cannot get in there. Very good choke point ulti from the Mars, but just nothing that they could do with it, which is a bit surprising too. They're too far away for us to go in.
Annihilate was not in position there, and it's so risky when you can't get to the Pugna.
He saw a bounty, but he no go for bounty.
Smart piggy.
100 gold for Tiny's Blink. That's going to be a big changer as well, because KBU can now also close in gaps a lot easier. They've got Pugna on their sights. There is a Nether Ward placed down there. They see the Tiny as well.
Look at this. Half HP basically gone. It's so annoying.
You'd start to think, should I just build a casual cloak just for the magic resistance? Carry players obviously want to keep their eyes on the prize for the bigger items. They found Steel Barco. And Oracle just gets the Fate Edict off. Very close. 40 HP remains as he gets the spell that saves his life. Into a couple killing spells. He's back to full HP now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Best part,
Tiny
didn't have to even have to use False Promise for it.
Yeah. But once again, KBO has been stacked together as 5. And Stratyk has been only with 4. Adrian is farming and pulling away from the rest. Another smoke used now.
Looking for a good angle too. Ward's placed down by Stratyk. They see KBU and those smokes are going to be popping. Omni wants to get the hell out of there. Steel Barco throws
Radiant's
in.
bottom tower is under attack.
Needs the root to maybe get a connection on it, but they found Raza around with the blink. The Mystic Flare will finish off the job on this Omni Knight.
Radiant are
You finding a
scanning.
picking. Stratyk continues to farm. TA almost 10,000 net worth. 17 minutes in. Crazy pace. I'm seeing some very good patterns coming out from Adrian during the course of this second division. If
Radiant's
he
middle
comes up
tower
with
is
results
under
like this.
attack.
He is looking really good right now. But we're only really going to be seeing the results of that in another 5 minutes or so. Right now it's KBU who want to do something, have to do something, but they keep feeling forced to go for these 5-man attempts, and as we saw in the past map, Stratyk is learning. They're not walking into it with like 4 people anymore. Maybe you're gonna get
They
one.
found Adrian. The
It's a good one.
TA is in trouble, but a heal coming out from Alien on a banana. The toss into the air, but the Phalanx still somehow spearing him while he's flying.
Yeah, can't height move over the Mars Arena anymore.
Omni. At least
Flesh.
this Nether Ward is doing a lot of work here. KBU a bit busy. Also pinged out the Sand
Radiant's
King.
middle tower is under
Already out of
attack.
there though. Realm got his Blink Dagger ready.
I'll take
Realm, if you compare his activity on the map, like he's got 8,000 net worth, he's been part of 13 out of their 20 kills, he's only got 100
Radiant's
last
top
hits.
tower is under attack.
EA is 1 and 5, so a bit opposite to that, but 200 last hits. So the other one being active, almost been looking for kills. They're gonna get a Skywrath kill with this epicenter.
Carry me off.
Stratyk very hungry for that.
And I was expecting to see Realm go for a BKB next, but he wants damage. He is moving in for the Shadow Blade, actually. Extra engagement capabilities as well. So it is Annihilate who's going to be doing most
Radiant's bottom tower
of the running
is
in
under
and
attack.
hitting here so far, but he is working on a boost of travel himself, actually, so they might be looking to take it easy here as well, which seems
Take
risky.
it easy.
Yeah.
Take it easy in an NA game.
I mean, I don't think the kills will stop coming.
I don't think they will. Realm's gonna go for another one, and hey, there's another one added onto the board. Raza. Yep. He is probably going to be running some interesting statistics of the course of this these 3 maps in terms of how many deaths he has.
Sometimes life is pain, and death is also pain, and actually just pain.
Is the best proverb I've heard in a while.
Thank
Can
you.
we just sign that under Gibbs? 2020? 2020. 2022.
Don't worry about that one. I think we all feel that way.
Pain is pain.
Pain is pain. Oh god, is it 2022 already?
Maybe next year's gonna be better. Anyway, maybe you have, built a bit of an economy for themselves. Tiny bit, the Lesh and the Tiny looking pretty good. They're in pretty good shape. Lesh is also gonna hit a pretty good timing very soon. Talking about timings, TA 3,000 gold short from a BKB. That's gonna be a game changer.
Absolutely. Going to take her no time at all. And this Pug now already has a Dagon, and he's going to be very happy with his opponent's decision to not invest into BKBs just yet.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And this
Once you have the BKB, Tiny can't really touch you. He doesn't have the damage to even hurt you. You can't break refraction charges. That's the issue KBU is going to be running into. During BKB, they just can't kill TA. It's just not doable. You've tried this before. The blinks go on cooldown because of the mines placed down. They're popping everything right now. Spear missing Raza. TA being initiated on Eddie Manavadana going in for the sucky onto Tiny, and he goes for the Dagon to snipe the Warden. Onto the Oracle for another one. Epicenter on the side. It is Kurtenkele Perkele. This guy just keeps on doing plays. He's going to take as well another one. And Adrian goes for the double. And KBU has lost 4. And here comes the Pug jumping on the Tiny. Tiny takes one for himself. Still Borko coming in with the buyback. Maybe he can save the Tiny as well as Kurtenkele goes in for the jump in on Realm. And Adrian's not going to follow up on that. So he's going to let this one slide. That's a 4 for 1. With a buyback on top.
Yeah, and it feels like they're, as much as Realm is trying here, if you get, for example, a tossback on that TA there, you get a much different layout of the fight, but instead they have to overextend all the way into her. She isn't dead yet, and they have to disengage from her while splitting up their damage over to the side. Don't get the kill out fast enough there either. So your Lesh and your Mars are in the perfect position for Kurtenkele to counter-initiate once again. These fights just don't look nearly as snappy as they used to for KBU.
Sand King is up to something here. I was thinking about maybe going on the Sky. Nope. An eye open on bottom. Has got that 9-second BKB. Be a pretty tough one to bite. They're smoking up, and Sand King's going to be joining the party. There is a casual. Okay. Use the arena for it, but eventually taken down, so that's an easy kill on the
Dire's
Mars.
middle tower is under
Smoke
attack.
pays off for a very high-value target. And talking about high-value targets, you just use your arena, which you can't use for contesting Roshan. So even if Mars buys back, that's a huge piece missing for their choke point fights. Now Adrian should have an alright time inside the pit. BKB also ready. Roshan cancelling his blink though, and now with the epicenter, Kartenkale is able to take down the Warden, and they've got the ulti off on the Leshrac by the Oracle, keeping him alive a little bit longer, but how much life does he have as that time runs out? The false promise is off, and he's dead. He's just gone. Kale misses the stun, doesn't catch anybody with it. They found the Oracle in the tree line, and Alien Mana Banana is going to be sucking him away, but he TP's out. And now Stratyk for sure can be able to take this Roshan. The only one around the area is going to be the Tiny with his Shadow Blade. Start hitting something. He finds Dana. Dana going to be taken down, and some mines is also going to be blown up.
Oh, Sunlight.
Down to 4,000 HP, but he's going to be buying back too. And Sunlight just has to buy back right away. He's already taken down. I don't even see what actually happened to him, but he's gone. Kartenkale in front of the Roach Pit. He's got his Burrow Strike available. 3,000 HP remaining on the Roach. And Alien Mana Banana goes straight onto the skies. Kartenkale follows up, and they will get him down. And now Realm with the help of Steel Barkle, they're going to be taking down the Sand King, or are they? Yes, they will. The healing comes out, but it's not going to be enough to save him. Data frozen under the sticky mine, and then Taurus Sunlight's going to be falling again. He just fought back, and he's dead again. He's died 3 times in the course of a minute. He's not coming back for another.
His game's over.
Tiny trying to buy as much time as possible, but Realm is dead. I Annihilate is dead too by Adrian sniping in with those Desolator hits. And KBU, how many heroes did they just give? 8, 7, 6, 5? I don't even know. They just gave everything and even more than that. You gotta call an all-in at some point, but what happened? What's the number you put in after all-in, Kips? Is there one?
No, like I think their all-in was the previous return of Sunlight, not this one.
Looking like a sundown for him at the current pace, because Stratyk has just... can we take a quick look at the graph and look at that water slide we're about to hit?
Oh yeah.
That is a massive graph change for Stratyk, and I think this all kind of adds up onto the dialogue about their mental mental states. Yeah.
Because this is the kind of, you know, go in, go out, bursty kind of lineup that they were running all the way in game number 1, and they just couldn't find these kill opportunities. And instead, we've seen Kartenkale with this Blink Dagger initiating. We've seen a lot of very nifty plays from this Pugna as well, really being a thorn in the Tiny side. And the lack of a BKB on anybody on KBU means that counterplay is basically impossible for them right now. There's this whole area, roughly the range of a Blink Dagger, which is the Pugna's life drain range and or the Sand King's Blink Dagger range. And you just can't play inside of that.
This is a big one. KBU gonna find Adrian, maybe the chance to blow off the first Aegis. Can they get a second one though? BKB Blink Dagger available. Adrian's going to be popping it instantly onto Annihilate, drops him down to half HP. He will get soaked up as he's inside the arena. Mars is going to get saved by the Oracle. Adrian in trouble. Stratyk have to force the Guardian Angel. Kartenkale coming up with the epicenter burst strike onto 2. Mars and Tiny trying to get themselves out of there, but it's looking too hard for them. Realm's able to move out a bit away and is actually able to get a safe distance, but Stratyk will get 2 for 1. 2 for 0 even in this case, because the techies died somewhere else. So with this, yeah, that was actually his previous death. Never mind, that was a pickoff with the Tiny. But still, this tower, the Glyph is going to be there. Kartenkale is going to be in front. They found Realm. Okay.
We'll take 1 into the grave, but...
One for 1, but that's at the cost of your carry.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Alright, so a bit of a replay there. They got themselves on top of the TA, but Kartenkale, again, just a beautiful save, buying the time for them. And Raza with his Omni Knight, now he's happy to just stand with his guys. He can keep on buffing them up. They've got their dispels, the heals, everything that they need.
Yeah,
and KBU is just kind of falling flat.
You're looking at double heals here in a game where the Blink Dagger carrier will most likely just be engaged in the man fight with your carry. That is the ideal.
Now
That's
they got
it.
him. It works with the Mystic Flare. That's pretty much the only tool that they have for this kill. Like with the BKB, the TA is just immortal, but without it, she's a wet paper. But again, Annihilate. Nowhere to run, too many slows to fight against Alien Mana Banana. Now 15-3-9 on this Pugna. Suddenly bringing up the stats after 2 very hards from the mid lane. Now bringing up the numbers.
Absolutely. This was a fantastic Pugna pick, and it's really paying off for them. It's gonna buy a Hex pretty soon. I mean, that's just Tiny's game over right there.
Radiant are scanning.
Look at
Radiant's
tough
top tower is under
for
attack.
KBU. Stratyk has a 10,000 lead that they've built for themselves. Course of the last 10-ish minutes. Much better for them, and possessing a pretty good lead. Head up, and as we can also look at the techies, we just saw the shard come out, so we have a reactive. Well, I mean not the reactive hit. I mean the blast stuff, where you basically just get some extra stuff, and if you go for that Aghanims, which he's going for next, these aren't allies.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The TA is going to absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Zoom in. Got a Daedalus in our pocket.
I thought it was the shard that buffed up the taser, but it was actually the scepter. If that was on the shard, holy damn, that would be probably one of the best things you can get.
And another smoke. These have been deadly so far.
Realm is still in this. DD rune might be paying off for them. Turtain Calais thinking about the epicenter. Loads up with the stun onto the Oracle. They've got the most important support out of the way, but they also lose the Pugna. Realm able to go in this again, but the dust will connect, and Tiny Link still on cooldown for another 5 seconds. Epicenter is going to come out. Or not. He gets the toss out, and he's trying to TP, but the Yules is going to cancel his TP. Sand King with that. I want to make sure that Realm is not going to be running out of this one.
And incredibly enough, now it's KBO who's doing the split pushing over on the side with their BOT
Dire's
heroes.
top tower is under attack.
Maybe pushing high ground too. TA's level
Radiant's
25.
middle tower is under attack.
With that +7 refraction instances as well, if they aren't able to blow up that refraction during the course of the first stun, you can even blink out on Mystic Flare. Which seems wild. You shouldn't be able to do that, but in this game you potentially can.
That is PA for you.
(28-35), a combined kill amount of 63 kills in 31 minutes. Definitely a very brawl-heavy skirmish on both sides.
Are fortified. Dire's bottom tower.
Mars is
Yeah,
looking for a refresher as well. Like, one's not enough.
No, definitely not at this point. Like, if you're
Dire's bottom
going to
tower
have
has
to
fallen.
separate all of these supports from the TA, I think you're going to need 2 arenas, so why not? But it is not an out here. It is a tool that might make a good fight a possibility. But this is not like the previous games, oh, you can get the Aghanim Scepter over on the Disruptor, and you could just win a team fight and win the game with it. It's gonna take more than the refresher on the Mars.
Well, KBU is going to take the initiative and go on the aggressive, but this mine is going to pop the smoke, and this is just so annoying for KBU. They're going to find the troublemaker, the techies at least with it. But that's already so much information given for Stratyk. Those mines can still pop even if you're smoked. And now epicenter load up for the Sand King, lining it up, finding 3. BKBs will be popped, at least for the Sand. The sky will fall. Buyback coming in from the Warden. Rosa being chased down by Iron Island, but these BKBs are about to run out. They will find a secondary kill. Techies also buying back in. Tenkale trying to get a catch on one little realm here, but Tiny is able to walk out.
Radiant's top
KBU
tower
has their
is
heroes
under attack.
regrouping. There's a lot of mines inside the pit. Danger zone. Blowing up every other proximity mine in the area.
With the BKBs being down, both the Pugna as well as the Lash feel like this would be their time to shine. The Pugna has a range advantage. KBU decides not to go for it.
You really got to keep a close eye on how you position your heroes. Like, when you saw that Sand King load up the epicenter onto 3, potentially would have been a big one, but Realm's going to be thrown into the air. They're going to pop the Anger Disc up the puck. The stun duration is not going to be too long because of it, but the jump coming in from Payne as well. They're going to be holding tiny play, but the Burrow Strike also in the back line onto Leshrac, but Leshrac's going to be chasing another Sand King instead of Kurtenkele, dropping very low on HP, but it's not going to be going down on the healing comes out, but the damage to Adrian, can he finish him off? The Spear's going to be connecting onto the back line, they're going to be taking down the puck, then they got the Rod as well, connecting onto the TA, 3KB coming out, 3-man stun, Kurtenkele able to maybe turn it around, KBU is going to be in trouble with this, with the Yules of the BKB now on the Sand King. The Guardian Angel coming out as well, but the Mars trying to be taken down. They will be able to hit him, and that's going to be a double for Adrian. They get the Steel Barco anchor, taking Sand King out of the way. And the Black Flag also coming out to recognize that they are a super important fight. They're going to find the ward, and dieback is going to be imminent as Dana gets him. And Realm as well. That's an ultra for Adrian. That's a team wipe for Stratyk, and they might just cause a big dent into KBU's base after that fight.
So hard to fight for KBU. The only one they can kill there is the Pugna. They need to focus fire, and their ranges are so short that everybody's standing on top of each other when Kurtenkele comes in, when Adrian comes in. And look at this. It's so hard for them to maneuver here.
Mars is trying his
Everybody's in
best to
splash
just
zone.
keep them away, but yeah, that's such a hard fight for them. Like, they're basically throwing one spell back away, throwing another, try to back away, but Adrian's not giving an inch. If they don't have the lockdown on a singular hero, it feels like they can't kill anybody on Stratyk's side, and even the Tiny doesn't even feel like an imminent threat for Stratyk. They just hold their ground, and they put their trust in their carry to finish off the job. Adrian's TA, I mean, it's not just him. Kurtenkele, 3-man stuns. Raza able to get those good Heavenly Graces and heals out. The Guardian Angels when they need it the most. The techies to cause that constant disruption. Pugna saving people with the heals and the Decrepifies. But Adrian just pulling off a real masterclass performance on this TA in this last game.
Definitely the capstone on this team achievement, and I like how much Stratyk has shown growth in the duration of this series. They learned more than KBU did here.
That usually defines the victor out of these two teams. And Roshan has been secured. Adrian's gonna pick up the Aegis. This is where KBU is gonna start to think, where do we want to play? Which parts of the maps can we own? Are we just slowing down the inevitable end against Stratyk? Everyone is charging towards top because they spotted the Tiny. They need this wave secured. Trap's gonna slow down the Tiny. Kurtenkele, he has got the gem. He can spot the Tiny. He's got no TP, but he's got a blink coming off cooldown now. Are suspicious about him. There's a pretty sus Tiny in the tree. Oh, this is too close to comfort. They hit the stun on him, but do they see him?
Oh my god.
They don't see him. He went through the Tiny, but he never got vision off of him, and now they're just gonna walk away. Space has been created.
Realm taking a page out of Stratyk's book here. This is what was done to him for the entirety of the 2 previous games. But just like before, it's not gonna stop Stratyk, is it? They have a wave in base.
That was the Mystic Flare gone. That was just let's do some damage on this TA. TA is got 4.2k HP. She's got a Daedalus. She's got a 20+ damage Desolator. Has an Aegis, and simply too much for KBU to deal with. They can just let Adrian do the job on the high ground, and they have his back covered.
At least the Mystic Flare CD is super short. You can just drop that.
But that's
yeah,
kind of the tool that they need to kill this TA. Like, if they want to break the refraction charges pre-BKB, the Mystic Flare is the tool to do it. Realm, there's going to be the Mind Pop. The BKB already used by Leshrac going in. They're going to find Rozark, but he gets the Guardian Angel, and TA is going to take the full man mode fight once again and try to save his allies. There's too many targets to hit, though. Is it too much for him to deal with? And now they don't have the Mystic Flare. It's on cooldown. What thing they do? Protect a little bit of BKB. Still, Borko's going to be taken down out of this fight. The Oracle's going to be coming to the buyback, but Iron Island's going to be taken away. And Adrian trying to get jumping back into the fight. They're going to look for Tiny, but they don't hit the stun from the Sent, but it doesn't matter. The damage is too much to deal with. Adrian just following it up as Kurtenkale gifts the vision. And that's going to be Steel Borko buying back, and 3 heroes dead from KBU. Stratyk going for the end, trying to push mid, go for the tier 4 towers. Buybacks coming in from both the Lesh and the Mars. So they at least have KBU's attention. Now you have it.
All of the attention that they can still muster. But yeah, this is it. Lesh goes down now, game over. Sunlight goes down now, game over.
Kurtenkale, he's got him. He's found the prime target. Leshrac's going to be the one found. Just not the damage to instantly follow up on that. Adrian slowly chipping these tier 4 towers, getting a couple hits in. Mars almost gets the spear out. The Dagon coming out from any amount of Banana. He needs to heal himself up. The Sand King is down though. Into the Mystic Flare, but the BKB from TA finishes off Steel Barkle. That's a die back on the Oracle, and that's going to leave your base a bit defenseless because the Mars is also going to be going down. Adrian's going to be finishing off the catapults, and they've got the creeps in front of the base and the tier 4 towers. One of them is about to fall. The Courier also dies, bringing the gem and the stun. The Mystic Flare, the Aegis is just going to blow up, and just like that, the quick kill, but they also killed the Sky. Pogna finishing it off, the tier 4 towers falling. Stratyk's going to win this series. Stratyk just won 2 maps in a row, and they're going to finish off the Ancient as well on top of it. Annihilate forced back to the fountain, and the Ancient, the Glyph, is going to be there. Tiny spawning in 3 seconds, and it's a very desperate fight. Lesh is down, and that should seal the deal. And the disconnect, that should be it. GG is called, and this series comes to a close. It is, oh my god, like 2 days in a row, it is just qualifier teams winning Division 2 and 3 Division 1 teams.